Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the new tutorial from the SketchUp Arc Studio. In this case, I'm going to show you how we can create some simple details in 3D Studio Max and import it into the SketchUp or export it into the SketchUp and use the Enscape for rendering the details. So before we start this tutorial, like and subscribe. Let's get to work. I'm gonna start my job with the 3D Studio Max in here. So I'm gonna save this file on my desktop, for example, number 1, and save. I want to draw some type of plane in here and press F4 on my keyboard so I can increase the segments very simple and easy. For example, we're gonna make some type of brick wall in here. So I add the segments and I can increase them a little bit, something like that, for example, something like this. And now I can reduce the length segments number in here and click on the rotate and rotate it a little bit, something like that. So not bad in here right now, something like this. And this is the plane that we have in here. Now I can right click and convert it to the editable poly and click on the editable poly on the modifier list and click on the edges, and now select one of these edges in here. So at the left side of the top of your screen we have polygon modeling. So when I move my cursor on it, I can see some option that called generate topology. So when I click on it, as you can see, we have different type of things and parameters for our wall. For example, I want some type of diagonal wall, so I can click on it and this is the result, or some brick wall like that. It completely depends on you and your job. For example, when I click on it, I can change it to this one, and it completely depends on you. So this type of wall that we have in here, so I can click on the editable poly in here, move it a little bit to the upside, and now I want to click on the polygon, Ctrl A, select all of them, and in this place we have insert option. So I can change the insert of it from the by polygon and control this number to some type of decade number in here, something like this, and click on the apply changes. Another option we have is the bevel. So when I click on the bevel, I can control all of these parameters very simple and easy with some simple numbers like 0.3. And when I increase that, I can change the phase of it about the bevel profile. So I will check it, and now everything is done for me. Save my file. But when I click on the edges and select all of the edges, I can add more details. How I can do this work? I can click on the chamfer, but it's a little bit too heavy work for your system. So be careful when you do this job, and control this number about 0.0.8 and click on the apply changes. So when I press F4 and exit from my editable poly, this is the final result that we have in here with some good details, and it's really fantastic. So I will Ctrl S on my job, click on the file and export it about the for example, export selected, or I can click on the file and export my job in here. I want to use, for example, some type of 3D output, maybe FBX or 3ds, or maybe something like the DXF, something like this. But before I do this job, I can come back to the SketchUp, click on the file, import, and the type of it, for example, 3ds is good. So I will save my job and output it by the 3ds Studio, and the name of it is the number 1 on my desktop, and press save. I want to click on the OK. Everything is done for me. I can close the 3ds Studio Max in here, and now I can click on the SketchUp, import, and select number 1 for my job in here. So I can click on the close, and this is the final result that we have in the SketchUp. you can see the details of it. It's completely down put beside of the 3D Studio Max, but we can fix it. How we can do this job? I can select it and click on the default tray, manage tray, default tray, and select the soften edges. So when I click on the soften edges, I can select all of them, soften coplanars, and increase the angle between normals. So as you can see, now we have this model in here, and it's really wonderful. So when I delete this character and click on the start Enscape, you can see the changes, very simple and easy. I just only want to show that to you, how you can work with the SketchUp 3D Studio Max or Chaos Enscape for your better detailing jobs. You can create your 3D models in the 3D Studio Max or render it in Chaos Enscape. So I can change the output to the custom and reverse these two numbers with each other. Something like that. Click on the main bar, move it in here, and get a little bit close to the target. Something like that. Reduce the field of view, and the result is something like this. And I think it's really good. So when I change the time of the day, I can simply change the color of my lights and click on the visual setting or increase the exposure for better details about my job. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for your watching. Thanks for your support. Please subscribe us, and goodbye.